Top 10 Greatest Authors of All Time. Welcome to Luxurydotcom, where you get inspired. Authors, as we all know, are writers capable of uniquely drafting fictions, biographies, non-fictions, motivationals, poems and even plays which are enticing to a class of readers. The ability to research and compose of literals which satisfies readers is a tedious task, notwithstanding some authors have been able to capture the minds of a large number of readers. These authors have written books which are an integral part of our society. Here is a rundown of the top 10 greatest authors. Number 10. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Francis Scott Fitzgerald was an American, born in September 1896, and died in December 1940. He is most known for his bestseller, The Great Gatsby, which features a failed love story between an American high societal man and his longtime love. He also wrote books like The Side of Paradise, The Beautiful and Damned, Tender as the Night. Scott Fitzgerald was probably the best writer of his time, incorporating the dream life on the early 20th century in his novels. Number 9. Miguel de Cervantes. Miguel de Cervantes was a Spanish writer born in September 1547 and died in April 1616. He was a soldier before he became a writer. He was without doubt a revolutionary writer, setting the class of fictional novel now known to exist. Miguel wrote novels like Novelas Ejemplares, The Viaje al Parnaso, Journey to Parnassus, and his bestseller Don Quixote. Don Quixote is a book about an insane Spanish man who imagines himself as a knight and react to real issue, like a knight would. Number 8. Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf was born in January 1882 to the name Adeline Virginia Stephen and died in March 1941. She is an English writer with works like To the Lighthouse, Mrs. Dalloway, Orlando, a biography, A Room of One's Own. Her bestseller, To the Lighthouse, is a book centered on a then reputable family's visit to the Isle of Skye in Scotland. Virginia took her life in 1941, due to effects from her seasoned madness, and illness since her childhood. Number 7. Mark Twain. Samuel Langhorne Clemens, an American writer by the pen name Mark Twain, was born in November 1835 and died in April 1910. He wrote books such as The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. His bestseller, The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, depicts an early life journey of a boy with a drunken father and his struggle to personal freedom. In comparison to the child in this book, Mark Twain became a rich, influential and a powerful man, becoming friend with artisans, royals and presidents. Number 6. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky, a Russian writer born in November 1821 and died in February 1881. His work includes Notes from Underground, Crime and Punishment, The Idiot, Demons, The Brothers Karamazov. Dostoevsky studied engineering in school, graduated and became an engineer. He started writing in his spare time before becoming a full-time writer. His books featured facts about Russia. It is famously quoted that by reading Dostoevsky libraries one could identify with the environment of Russia. His books are concerned with the current effects of the today years, with predictions of Christian-Muslim clash, terrorism etc. He inquired for his country's future, and is regarded as one of the greatest historians of Russian. Number 5. George Orwell. Eric Arthur Blair, born in June 1903, is commonly known by the pen name George Orwell. He died in January 1950. Some books are written him are, Animal Farm, 1984, these are his bestsellers. His nonfiction write-ups include The Road to Wigan Pier, which describes the working experience in England and Homage to Catalonia, his rundown of the Spanish Civil War. His bestseller 1984, which portrays a society in the year 1984 where the government would impose inhuman treatment on citizens, and the effect of technology in that supposed time. Animal Farm depicts the Russian Revolution in the form of animals, assigning pigs and dogs as different political parties. Number 4. Homer. Homer was the name given to the great author by ancient Greeks. Homer was a great poet and holds account for most of the history of ancient Greece as we know it. His poem contains fact and were syllables of learning for student of that age. His two popular poems are Iliad and Odysseus. Homer's poem writing technique caught up with that generation and most writers mimicked his style of writing. Number 3. Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy is a Russian writer born in September 1828 and died in November 1910. His work includes War and Peace, Anna Karenina, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, The Kingdom of God is Within You, Resurrection. His bestseller, War and Peace, incorporates great historian, some real like Napoleon and Alexander of Russia, and other fictitious characters. He depicts the Russian society of then in his novels, stating realistic facts, as does Dostoevsky. He becomes spiritually profound in the 1870s, taught against violence and moved for worldwide peace. Number 2. Charles Dickens. Charles John Huffam Dickens was born in February 1812 and died in June 1870. He was an English writer, probably the best of his generation. Dickens has a lot of profound classics to his name, like The Pickwick Papers, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, A Christmas Carol, David Copperfield, Bleak House, Little Dorrit, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations. Dickens was quite industrious, having written a large number of books, at the same time pursuing a career in acting. He was also a philanthropist and ran a Urania cottage, where he helped aiding women. Dickens's novel character have become a large part of our today society, with the likes of Oliver Twist, Mr. Gradgrind, Miss Mocher in David Copperfield, etc. The Pickwick Papers gave Dickens his first shot at fame in 1836, and in 1859 A Tale of Two Cities became his bestseller. Number 1. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is an English playwright, poet and actor born in April 1564. He was the best author and poet of his time, and is regarded as the best writer in all of time. Some of his best sellers include Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, Julius Caesar and The Tempest. Most of these novels, we have read. Shakespeare's literals were so detailed, that they stirred the mind of readers, with questions of how he attained so much information in such little time. Shakespeare was attributed as England's best entertainer and had direct audience with nobles and royals. He was referred to as England's national poet. Thank you for spending some time with Luxury.com. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you never miss an update.